Hello everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. I got a toy. I got into this little hobby of drone, but a lot of people, if some of you guys doesn't know, sorry for pointing my knife on you, but if some of you guys don't know what droning is not always a lot of people's idea what droning is. A lot of people think that when it comes to drone means this remote control flying thing that has a camera and spying on people, going in people's houses and high altitude and just looking at things. That's one drone. But there's other types of droning where it's called race droning, race drones. Basically, these drones are not to like look at things. Like sometimes people buy this, what's the most famous one? DJI. They go to like on vacation and they look at the mountains and the beach and the terrain, all that stuff, taking videos or pictures, because you can take pictures. But that's fine, it's cool, but it's not as much fun as most people think that race droning are very, very fast quadcopters, quads. Sometimes people call it quads. They have a camera on it, but the camera is facing forward like that. Some drones, the camera is in the bottom, the one that people know droning for spying. The camera is in the bottom and they tilt down, they move around, stuff like that, while the drone is moving. The camera is just doing that. This one, the camera is on top of the drone and looking forward. And there's different kinds. There's one, tiny whoop, small, big, fast. Man, it's a different world if you guys don't know what that is. It doesn't fly that long. Most drones for videos and just looking around, they go for like half an hour. Sometimes I think more. Not really familiar with a lot of them, but there's a one that goes like 2 miles or something away. It's weird, and then they come back to you. It's with a satellite and stuff. Those are illegal to fly in some places. They're like you can't. I'm in Los Angeles, so you can't fly a lot of them within 5 miles of airport. But I did not know that you know those buildings that have a landing pad or a place to land for helicopters on top of the building. It's also considered as an airport. And this is LA, so most buildings around here have a landing helicopter pads on top of the building. So 5 miles around that, you can't fly. So if they're everywhere, pretty much almost everywhere in LA, you can't fly anything for those drones. So if you own one of those in California, Los Angeles, it kind of sucks because you can't fly them legally everywhere, anywhere you want. You know, there's like hot spots where you can fly it, but just only in a small area. But a lot of people like to fly those and look around the canyons, Malibu, around the city. It's kind of nice to look at the city with a drone. But yeah, so those are the drones that people know. This type of drone is a racing drone that goes super fast. Some of them is like over 100 miles an hour. It's crazy. But this is, the camera is, like I said, the camera is on top of the drone, and you wear these goggles. Here, let me show you. You wear these goggles, and these goggles, you put them on your eyes, and it places you on top of the drone, as if you're sitting on top of the drone and you're driving the drone, you know, like you're actually on a cockpit. So, but you're watching it through this is a small screen here, and you're watching it. And some of them are high definition. I don't know if this one is high definition, but you'll see. And I have different kinds of drones, big, small, and there's one called Tiny Whoop, small, really. So this is called the Tiny Whoop, you know. Look at how small this thing is. And here's the camera right on top. You see that? It's the camera on top, and it flies like this. Okay, and this is kind of fast too, you know. This you can fly indoors only because it's pretty small. If there's a gust of wind, it'll just, you know, it's gonna fly off. But anyway, yeah, so it makes your whole house an obstacle course. You can go through holes and gaps and, you know, through things. It's kind of neat, you know. It makes a small house look like a big world for this drone. Okay, so this is indoor. This one I bought is for outdoors, and it goes, I think, like 98 miles an hour, something like that. It's pretty fast. But it's called Racing Drone Toothpick, Dolphin Toothpick Drone, 4-inch. It's one of the small drones. This is not the biggest drone. That goes even faster. But I got this from a place called Pyrodrone. They're based here in Los Angeles. So it's kind of cool. This is one of the newest drones they have. So here it is. See, it's a little bit bigger than the one that goes indoors. You know, here's the propellers for it. You know, don't get me wrong, this can be dangerous too if it's flying and it hits you in the face or someone in the face. It gets, it will cut you, you know, it will really hurt you. So this is not just a regular toys that anybody can just buy and fly around. If you hit a car, you could damage a car, you know. But this one is legal to fly around. But you have to be responsible because you can't just fly anywhere you want, because, you know, it's gonna damage people's properties and stuff like that. But again, when people see this, they're like, oh, are you spying on things? You know, this is not for spying. This is for racing. It goes super fast, and again, like I said, it feels like you're flying right on it, with like have you guys remember in Star Wars that this land speedster, you know, like that, and it was in a forest. I think it was Return of the Jedi, you know, and some other, I think it showed up in some other movies too. When they go super fast, you know, it feels like that when you're going through the obstacle course, you know. And there's actually, this is there's a lot of professionals too. And this is big now. DRL, I think, for professional droning. They race and they go all over the world. And I think there's, I could be wrong, but I think there's, the biggest one is, they had one in Dubai, and it was an outdoor, because it's bigger than this. It goes really super fast. And then the first place is like $1 million for a first place, and they really race this thing and super fast. And these guys are, that's all they do. It's a hell of a hobby. Anyway, it gets very expensive hobby, but it's really super fun. My brother-in-law and my nephew got me into this because they're so into it, and I thought it's pretty cool. So I'm still learning. So that's why I got this. It's called the 4-inch drone toothpick. One of the smallest one, but fast. So I wanted the small one because I'm not really big into it. You know, I'm not big in like most people. They buy huge, and you know, I don't really practice because it takes a lot of practice to be very good at this thing. But yeah, this is cool. You know, it's another hobby of mine. It's check it out, guys. DRL, I think it is. Check out those YouTube of DRLs, and you can see how amazing these guys are. Some of them are like a kid, like some 15-year-old, you know, professionals, you know. flying these things. They get sponsors and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. See that? The camera is right here, and you tilt the camera. Depends, because if you're just hovering, it goes like this. So the camera is pointing up, so you're looking up. But if you want to look straight, you got to go fast. So if you're going fast, it tilts like this. Some of them tilts like this. So that camera is pointing straight. So it depends how aggressive you want to be. So if you fly not so fast, it goes like that. So you tilt the camera this way. And if you are one of those people who flies really fast, you tilt it a little bit higher, because the drone will go like this. You know, but if you're just hovering, then you tilt the camera down. Unfortunately, you can't control the camera with your controller. Then you set it. It's already set. So before you even fly, you set it on how fast you feel like you want to go. So there's a whole science of it. But anyway, so excited about this. It's been a while since I flew a bigger drone. I usually just play around my house with this, because I'm still kind of, you know, into it, learning how to fly it. And this is amazing, because you could flip it, circle around. There's so many tricks that you can do with this thing, and you'd be amazing. It's what kind of things that these people could do, and they're professionals doing this thing. But it's pretty cool, yeah. So yeah, it's racing drones, one of my hobbies. Pretty cool, you know. I'm not super into it like my brother-in-law and my nephew. That's all they do. They practice every weekend and stuff. I'm gonna go visit them for Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving. So I bought this new drone, a bigger one, so maybe I can play with them outside with them, because they like to fly and they have a bigger drone. So if I can't fly this outside really. I mean, I can, but it's not a good idea. It's not as much fun, because if it's windy, there's no way you can fly this. But this one, you can fly anytime, as long as it's not raining. Yeah, and it's kind of complicated, because it doesn't come with instructions. There's no instructions how to put it together, how to fly, all that stuff. And by the way, my nephew and my brother-in-law, they build this from scratch. They buy the propellers, the motor, the computer, motherboards in here, camera, and they put it all together. I'm not that savvy, and I don't want to waste too much time. But you can buy it already put together. Or if you want to go cheaper and you want to put a better motor, a better this, a better camera, blah, blah, blah. So you buy the parts and you put them all together. If you're into electronics, it's pretty cool. You can do that yourself. Save you some money too. And the battery that comes with it are LiPo battery. It's a cell. And it depends what kind of motor you have. They have 2 cell, 1 cell. So this one takes 4 cell batteries. This one is the battery. It's a LiPo battery. It's different kind of batteries nowadays. A lot of batteries are LiPo. They go faster. They last longer and more powerful. Usually a powerful battery like this, it'd be much bigger, the old ways of battery. You know, like a Duracell, all those battery. That kind of battery, I forgot that type, NIC, I don't know. But anyway, but this is the LiPo. It's much more smaller. If the same power, it'll be bigger for the regular batteries. So this is pretty cool. But it takes some certain care to take care of a LiPo battery, because they can get pretty dangerous too. Sometimes if you charge it wrong, it'll explode, some shit like that. Yeah. And you buy it's pretty expensive hobby, because you buy all the parts and different parts, and yeah, and it gets pretty expensive after a while when you buy all this stuff. You know, you buy the goggles, the controllers, and the charger. And, yeah, it's an expensive hobby, but it's fun. It's fun. It's a lot of fun hobby. Once you get it to make it all together and you learn how to fly. Again, there's a learning curve also on flying this thing. It takes a while, but that's why I have this to practice around, and then I'll go outside, and then like a baseball field or a football field, big enough, and then you can practice all around. You can crash it and stuff on the grass, so it's not a problem. If you practice on the street, you will crash on a concrete, and it's not good for these things when you crash on a concrete. So yeah, just got it, and it came in. Bought it Thursday. I bought this Thursday, and then today's Saturday, and it came a couple of days. Again, because they're kind of local, so the UPS delivered it, but a bit strong. But it's pretty cool. Here it is. Here's the drone. The propeller's not on it, so that's why. Anyway, yeah, cool. So check into it. It's a cool hobby. It's another things that I like to do. You know, I'm an old man, but I'm still a little kid at heart. And because you know what, growing up in the Philippines, you know, I never really have toys and stuff. You know? And I mean, I did, but you know, nothing cool toys. So now that I'm older and I'm able to buy stuff, you know, kind of brings the kid in me playing with these things that I never had when I was a kid. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's pretty cool, you know, not hurting anybody. So why not have fun with this? All right, pretty cool, huh? Yeah. All right, guys, thank you, and have a good weekend. Bye. Peace. Boom.